This program has been made possible by the friends and partners of Joyce Meyer Ministries.
Hello, and welcome to Enjoying Everyday Life. Today we have a very special program for you. For years, we've been doing outreaches in Central America, and I'm excited to show you how you are helping people there. Then later in the show, I'll be back with a closing thought. See you then.
Welcome to Central America. We are so thrilled that you have sent us here, and we have so much to share with you today. It's beautiful, it's tropical and lush, the beaches are fantastic, and the people's smiles will just light up your life. But you'll soon discover that life in some places is very difficult. Here in El Salvador, you can see that the poverty is very, very overwhelming. And in this particular neighborhood, and in many around San Salvador, gang activity is rampant. So many people lose their lives, and they are constantly disrupted by the gangs. But across this direction, behind this fence, is an incredible respite, a place of rescue and health, a place that we are thrilled to tell you about.
This is the San Jose Villanueva Clinic. It's open 3 days a week, offering compassionate medical and dental care. Through Hand of Hope, you are fully funding the day-to-day operations here. We all know that to be truly healthy, we can't just look at the physical. The spiritual and the emotional are so important. And that is why at this clinic, in association with the Abigail Association, Hand of Hope is meeting all of those needs for as many of these people as we can. While they wait in the lobby, they are able to listen to sermons from Joyce, and they are hearing God's word. The doctors are all Christians. They pray for them. They love on them. Let's take a look inside. It is a tremendous blessing to be able to be here to offer medical care. And this is a permanent clinic. That means these people are able to come anytime that they need and receive the care, which is very important because we've learned that the people here are unfortunately accustomed to being disappointed. People don't always keep their word, and they're afraid that when they get their hopes up, that those hopes will be dashed. Well, we are in the business of sharing hope. So we come in here and we keep our word. We are here when all of these people need it. And you'll see there are a lot of families here, a lot of children who are sick and suffering. But one thing that you won't see is a lot of young men. And that is because of the gang activity. In this area, young boys in particular are recruited at a very young age. So any way that we can come in here and share Christ will make a difference in the long term for this entire community.
The average person who lives in these areas where the gangs are prominent live in fear. I mean, can you imagine going home at night and not knowing if someone's going to enter your home, or if you have a son or a daughter, if they're going to be shot, or if they're going to be recruited, or children as young as 3 and 5 years of age are being recruited into gangs in this country. They're starting earlier and earlier. And once you're into that gang, you're committed for life. The stress level that people live with in this country, I cannot imagine it, because to even try and go to sleep with that stress and that fear, it takes a toll on you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, in every way. I always say that the medicine is a draw to bring them to the feet of Jesus.
Where did you learn that?
I think I learned that from Hand of Hope. Yes, I did, about 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, and it's huge. It really is huge for us to be able to do that.
One of the biggest draws of this clinic is the dental care. Many people who come here are seeing a dentist for the first time in their lives. The most common complaint is cavities. Dr. Patricia says other dentists won't fix the problem, they'll just pull the teeth. But she does everything she can to save and restore each smile.
The impact that Joyce Meyer Ministry is having here is tremendous on a daily basis. Spiritually, emotionally, and physically, it's tremendous. You know, having a young girl of 8 years old come in with a horrible mouth full of teeth that are missing or misaligned or totally askew, and our dentist being able to work on that and to send her out with a totally new look on her face that changes her whole life, changed this young child's life.
The majority of the people who come to this clinic are seen for infections, high blood pressure, and diabetes, diseases that are easily treated with medication. But prescriptions are not so easy to get in El Salvador.
So medical care in El Salvador is free. The government is supposed to provide the medicines, but they do not. They don't have any money to buy the medicines. And so your prescription has no value.
She has had a fever since last week. I have been trying to keep her cool with a wet cloth on her little head. She has been coughing a lot, and she has not had any sleeping days. Every time I took her to the other clinic, they will not give her any medicine for the cough. So that's why I decided to bring her here. I just feel so terrible. It makes me cry when I see her so helpless and I cannot help her.
I'm concerned about her because she is very sick. Children have a priority in our clinic because I don't like to see children suffer. And so I'm going to take care of all the problems that this little girl has.
We are so blessed to have partnerships where that we can have medicine. So we actually have people who come from that local hospital who have seen the doctor and they're bringing their prescription. Our doctors will still, of course, re-examine the patient, but we're able to fulfill that and to give them the medicine that they need for free. And so it's huge blessing for them to be able to receive that.
You know what it's like when you're sick. These medications not only make you feel better, but sometimes they're the difference between life and death. With our medical outreaches around the world, Hand of Hope is making a difference in helping so many people. And it's not just through medical care. It's through feeding programs. It's through caring for children and women around the world. It is in every way. Anything that God will open a door, we want to be there to help. So please, we invite you to join us. Give a special gift today and help with missions around the world.
We visited the clinic on its 1-year anniversary, an exciting accomplishment. While patients and doctors celebrated, a seriously ill child arrived. 10-month-old Rebecca came to the clinic with pneumonia, struggling to breathe.
She did go to a hospital and they gave her a medicine, but it was not the medicine that she needed. It had no antibiotics. So when you have pneumonia, you have an infection, you need an antibiotic. So she came here. Someone recommended that she come to this clinic because they had been here. She came to this, was treated, so now she is in the ambulance on the way to the hospital with medicines from this clinic.
This is Rebecca at her follow-up appointment. We're happy to report that she's better, thanks to the care and medicine provided at our clinic. But unfortunately, some patients can't be helped by medicine alone. Meet Tatiana. At 21 years old, her kidneys are failing. She's been suffering for years, waiting for a transplant.
I really wanted to end my life. I didn't want to keep on living. It wasn't worth for me to be living. I didn't want to keep on.
Because you were in so much pain?
Porque tenías mucho dolor. I was in a lot of pain, and I felt that my body was too weak, and I couldn't take it anymore.
How did you hear about the clinic to visit there?
I was going through a very hard stage at that time, and somebody told me to go to the clinic, that there were good doctors there and they did the attention to the patients. So I took valor and I went to see it one day.
For many years, you were given a wrong type of medicine, which has damaged your kidneys completely. We know you need a kidney transplant. I promise you that I will be with you and I will fight for you. I will not let you be alone in this situation. But in the meantime, we're going to take care of you. We'll make sure you don't get an infection and that you have your dialysis on time. We'll see that you have your vitamins. And of course, the most important part is coming and talking to me whenever you feel depressed, whenever you feel sad. I'm here to talk to you about your situation.
We try to make them feel very important and very careful. They are very grateful for the way we treat them. We as doctors have a big sense of satisfaction when we see that these people get healthy with the resources we provide.
She had given me a book to read, and so that gave me a lot of hope. I read in the book, it said to be strong and let the Lord guide you and keep on going because the Lord is with you. My self-esteem has gone up incredibly after reading the book.
This clinic is different because we don't only focus on giving them prevention medicine or curing the sick body. We also use the Word of God and the gospel to heal their souls.
People live in fear here. And so one of our best resources to give in this clinic is the book that says, "Help Me, I'm Afraid." And that comes from, Joyce Meyer Ministry. And so if we can pray for people, just give them some sense of hope. And the hope comes from Jesus Christ, of course. And so we are here with the doctors praying with the patients. We have counseling here. All of this is Christ-based, Christ-centered. He's the center of all of this to be able to help people.
I just want to say that I am very grateful and thankful that I have found this clinic because he has helped me through all my bad experiences. I feel very special and important when I'm there.
People come in and even though they may be in pain, you can see they have a smile. I really think they feel the love. I really think they feel the hope that's here because they always say, "Oh, we loved it here. Our experience was great," and all. We always get a positive feedback from our patients, and so I know that we are impacting lives here. We could not do this. Abigail Association could not operate this clinic. We do not have the funds to pay the doctors. We just don't have it, and so the partnership with Hand of Hope and with Joyce Meyer Ministries is tremendous for us because you guys are blessing us to be able to bless others, and we are reaching people for Christ here.
The people here in El Salvador and many places around the world need compassionate medical care, and you can provide it. When you give a special gift toward our Hand of Hope missions outreaches, you are changing lives, and that will change your life. Call the number on your screen, go to our website, and please help now.
Today you can change a life and choose an area of outreach that is near to your heart. Water, feeding, medical, Project Girl, or wherever needed most. As a thank you, we'll send you Joyce's book, Faith That Overcomes. Contact us now, 1-800-727-9673, or go to joycemeyer.org.
From El Salvador to Nicaragua, people here also live in fear because of the country's violent history. Most recently in 2018, hundreds of people died and thousands were injured in violent protests. To make matters worse, the poverty here is extreme. In fact, Nicaragua is one of the poorest nations in this hemisphere. Many people live in desperate situations. Their homes are unsafe. Burglaries are all too common. And when you have so little and then something is taken from you, it has to be soul-crushing. So security is very important for these people. The other safety concern is the structure of these homes.
People are so willing to work and really hardworking, especially the women. They just don't have the help that they need. The houses, for example, are just little shacks put together with whatever they can find on the field, in the trash, like rotten wood, tin roofs, anything they can find just to put to build a house to live. And many people live in that house. They have dirt floors. When it rains, water goes right through it, so they are in the middle of the muddy house at night, and then they don't have food, they don't have water, they don't have the basic needs, and so the need is desperate all over the place.
80% of Nicaraguans live on less than $2 a day. The poverty most severely impacts women and children. In fact, 1/3 of all households are single-mother families. Most of them can't afford a home, so they're forced to live on someone else's property, praying they won't be evicted.
When you have to live in another person's home, any minute they can come to you and say, "Take your stuff and leave now." I lived in a place that was not mine and they evicted me.
I have to look for my own land. I used to live in another person's house. They told me I could not live there anymore. So I asked another lady if I could live here. And she said yes. When I moved here, I was really nervous because I have no other place to go if the landowner kicks me out. This is my kitchen. This is where I cook. This is where I keep my food. I have to keep it in here so the animals don't eat it. I'm afraid. This is just plastic. Someone can easily come in and take our things. The hardest part is when it rains. The roof leaks. It happens at night. Sometimes when we are sleeping, you feel the drops on you and it wakes you up. That's the most difficult part.
Today is a very big day for Juana and her children. They have lived in this home for 16 years in deplorable conditions. In fact, the children are really in a dangerous place because the roof leaks badly. The home is in detestable shape. And when it rains, it not only leaks, but because the house is low, it fills with water and stays for many days. Juana says the children are living in water up to their knees. So you can only imagine not only how uncomfortable, but how dangerous that is. Well, today that is changing because you have helped provide a new house for this family and 21 others here in Nicaragua. They're going to be loading up and taking everything and beginning a new life in a safe, clean home with an opportunity to see new things for these children. In association with Cross International, we are thrilled to provide brand new, safe and secure homes for 22 families. God is blessing you to receive the keys today.
Dios lo está bendiciendo en recibir esa llave hoy.
But He's also blessing us because we get to share in the love and the joy of your family's new homes.
No, pero también es
For the first time, these families can celebrate worry-free. Their smiles beaming as they receive a Bible and the key to their new home. These families actually chip in with sweat equity, helping to build this neighborhood. Then, Each family is assigned to a house at random.
So you're gonna choose or pick any of the houses that
Y
we
el
have on the
número
table.
que tiene esa casita
And then-
es su casa.
Then the number that that little house has is actually the numbers for your house.
Entonces, hasta el día de hoy van a saber, mire abajo.
With God, the placement is intentional. Veronica's old home is across the way from one of the new homes. She prayed and asked God for this particular house. When Veronica picked up her random assignment, it was the very home she had prayed for. For this family, their new home will ease a huge burden. Veronica is a widow, and her health issues prevent her from working. She stays home to care for her grandchildren, while her daughter Clara works. At 8 months pregnant, she works 7 days a week to earn a wage that barely covers their expenses, all while living in a home that was crumbling and falling apart. But thanks to your generosity, this family is finding safety and security in their new home.
So this is really what it's all about, right? Just the kids sitting out on the porch, playing, having fun together, and living in safety. A life so much better than they had before.
There are hurting and suffering people all over the world, but you have an opportunity to offer hope. Please give a special gift today and make a difference in the lives of people here in Nicaragua and all over the world. Call the number on your screen or visit us online and change lives today.
Now, when they come to these houses and they're given an actual key to a door, they don't even know how to put the key in and turn it, So that's the first thing that sometimes we notice, that we have to teach them how to open a door with a key.
In my own place, you could just push the door and come in, even if we were sleeping at night. I can just lock my door and we will be safe. It will not rain on me anymore. At the old house, water came through the roof, but here I will not get wet anymore. I am very happy. I feel very peaceful, very secure.
I am so happy that I have a house for my children now. And I'm so grateful to the donors. Now I can plant trees and flowers and I will have my own garden. Nobody's going to kick me out now because I have my own house. It means so much. It means love. It means security. It means everything you hope to have when you come into your house.
It will be amazing how much this community will change in really just a short time. As families are moving in, these houses will become homes. They'll be planting gardens, they'll be cooking in the back, the children will be running through here playing, the vegetation will grow, and this will become a real place of life.
No, you can change poverty, but if you don't change the core of the person, things are not going to really change. Sometimes their physical need is so desperate that they will not be able to understand the promise of the gospel that Jesus loves you. They don't understand that. When we come and feed them first, and then we give them a roof, and then we give them water, we provide things, that's when they begin to understand that the love of Christ is real. And so it's beautiful. The changes that take place are beautiful because it's a brand new village and it's healthy. That's the most important part. It's really healthy because God becomes the center of the community. With you guys, we got to bring 22 families to have a really happy ending. Lives are going to be changed forever and ever. It's going to be a generational change.
I made a promise to God that when I get my house, I will celebrate with a church service in my house. It will be a Thanksgiving service. I will share with everybody that I asked God for a house. He gave it to me, and here we are thanking Him. I give thanks from the bottom of my heart to all the donors because they made it possible for me to have my house.
Thank you to all that made it possible to have this house. And of course, thanks to God.
From providing homes to needy, wonderful families here in Nicaragua, to medical care in El Salvador, we are sharing Christ and loving people throughout Central America. In fact, we've also been able to be involved here with leadership training, with disaster relief, and it's all because of your help. If you could give a special gift to missions today, you can be right here with us making a difference. And not only here in Central America, but all over the world. Pick up that phone, click that website right now, and help us through Hand of Hope and Joyce Meyer Ministries as we reach people with the love of Christ.
Siento feliz al haber recibido mi casa.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
You know, it's wonderful to see the joy on people's faces when we're able to help them in a practical way and show them the love of Christ. Please join us in praying for our Hand of Hope outreaches in Central America. I'm also asking you to consider giving a special gift today. You know, all we really have to do is think about what would we want someone to do if we were in the situation that we see that these people are in. I think often about what Jesus said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What a different world we would be living in if everybody did that. So please pray about the gift that God wants you to send and do it right away. Don't procrastinate, because that's one of the ways that the enemy gets us to never get around to doing what we should be doing. If you'll help us, we can continue to help more and more people, and what you do for others always comes back to you multiplied many times over. Thank you so much for taking action right now. God bless you.
Today you can change a life and choose an area of outreach that is near to your heart. Water, feeding, medical, Project Girl, or wherever needed most. As a thank you, we'll send you Joyce's book, Faith That Overcomes. Contact us now, 1-800-727-9673, or go to joycemeyer.org.
I love that magazine she sends out.
There's something in there for everybody.
It's just brought about so much change in my life personally.
It's always an encouragement for you to want to do more ministry.
Get your free subscription to Enjoying Everyday Life magazine today at joycemeyer.org. Read encouraging articles from Joyce, updates from Hand of Hope, and much more.
Reading through the magazine confirms for me that God's at work.
We hope you enjoyed today's program. For more information, visit joycemeyer.org. This program has been made possible by the friends and partners of Joyce Meyer Ministries.